With all of the happenings recently of the DC takeover and the Russia-Ukraine peace talks, a lot of the stuff like illegal immigration has kind of fallen by the wayside. But there's a couple of stories I do want to point out that I find highly interesting, starting with this one in California, where apparently almost the entire city is made up of illegal immigrants. Before we get to these clips, don't forget to like and comment on this video so we can break through the algorithms. Here we go.
What happens when an entire city essentially comes to a standstill because many of its residents are afraid to be outside? CBS's Adam Yamaguchi takes us to a community in Los Angeles County that's struggling to survive as deportation raids increase.
Huntington Park, California, a working-class community of over 50,000 people, now feels it has a bullseye on its back because of ramped-up ICE raids. It's nearly 96% Latino, and as many as 45% of its residents are undocumented.
So how has the community here responded to the ongoing raids?
They're scared.
Jonathan Sanabria sits on the city council. He also grew up here.
We are a target for them because we know that they are stereotyping and they're racially profiling us, and they're targeting folks that look like me.
Sanabria took us along Pacific Boulevard, Huntington Park's main commercial thoroughfare. The once vibrant city center has now become eerily quiet. Jose Lomeli is a longtime resident.
I remember Pacific Boulevard was always packed, but since the raids have been going on, it's a ghost town. I don't even know how these places are surviving.
The councilman showed us how business owners are trying to lure customers back into these stores.
So here's a sign. There's people inside conducting business, but they now have their doors locked. They're saying, hey, knock, so we can open the door, provide the services for you.
ICE agents would need a warrant to enter.
We see stores that are open, but they remain with the gates locked. So this is another way of the stores protecting themselves and their customers from unwanted interactions with ICE.
A woman emerged from behind the gates. She runs this bridal shop.
How is business?
¿Cómo ha estado el negocio estos días?
Muy mal.
Very bad.
Very bad.
Because the reality is that folks are scared of coming in, that folks are scared of being taken.
Uno tiene que de alguna manera proteger a nuestros clientes también.
So some folks that are coming, that the business owner is doing what they can to protect them.
What is the overall impact on the economy here?
It's very obvious that our sales tax numbers are going to be a lot lower than they were, which means it's going to be less money to provide services for our community.
According to the latest CBS News poll, fewer people overall approve of the Trump administration's deportation program compared to earlier this year. But approval among Republicans continues to remain high. Many of them say immigrants who've entered the country illegally should be deported. Sanabria disagrees.
When we look at a lot of different sectors of our economy, the reason we are able to keep it at a lower rate is because of undocumented workers. I think the community is seeing that we are behind them, and that's making them feel safer.
A community trying to overcome the fear. Adam Yamaguchi, CBS News, Huntington Park, California.
This is completely insane. In this one city in California, Huntington Beach, you have almost half of the citizens who are illegal immigrants, which means, of course, this is not an American city. Okay, now can you imagine how many jobs they are taking up, right? How many American citizens could actually be employed in this city? How many people from the rest of California could actually pour into this area and find good lives if, in fact, it wasn't taken up by illegal immigrants, all right? But also, I want you to notice how the lady they were interviewing there inside the shop, she didn't speak any English. You had to have the councilman there translating for her, right? So this doesn't sound like they're trying to integrate, trying to be part of America. They're just trying to live their lives as they always have, just in a more prosperous nation. And then, of course, you also have the same city councilman saying, oh, it's all about the cheap labor, right? All of the illegal immigrants are working for slave wages, essentially, and that's really good for our economy. And that's kind of what it's all about, right? You have the Democrats who, of course, want the new voter base, but you also have the business class who wants to have the cheap labor. And, of course, Americans overall who want to have cheap goods. So all of this comes together in a perfect firestorm of illegal immigration being viewed as acceptable by pretty much everybody except for Republicans and right-minded independents. Okay, so that, of course, is the first part we're dealing with. But we also have the drain on the system, right? So this is about jobs that could be there, but what about the money being taken away, as we're going to see over here in Illinois?
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker could be a 2028 contender for the Democrats, just signed a law that allows illegal immigrants to receive financial aid. This is what Congresswoman Mary Miller had to say about this. She said, allowing taxpayer-funded financial aid for illegal aliens is a slap in the face to hardworking Illinois families and students. Our state is drowning in debt, yet J.B. Pritzker is determined to drain even more taxpayer dollars to reward illegals. It's absolutely shameful, but this is something that they're going to latch onto all the way to the midterms.
This afternoon, a new audit from the state shows Illinois massively overspent on a program giving immigrants access to state-sponsored health care. The audit found over 3 years, the state spent $900 million more than expected on the program, partially due to it expanding 3 times since 2020 because the need was dire. Governor Pritzker, though, already proposed scaling back health care for undocumented immigrants in his proposed budget earlier this month. And advocates for the health care plan were at the state capitol yesterday fighting for it. But many Republican state lawmakers say the findings of this audit is reason enough just to scrap the entire program.
What this truly does show is while this was a good press pop for a governor trying to get more recognition on the national stage, he was unable to be trusted by the taxpayers of Illinois to actually manage and run this program properly and within costs estimated and associated to the program.
Whether or not the program continues depends on this year's budget.
So just for some context, you have the state of Illinois running about a $3.5 billion deficit, all right? And all of these programs come into about that much, okay? So if you actually cut them out, got rid of the illegal immigrant spending, then guess what? You'd be able to close your deficit. Okay, but also one other thing I want to point out, every single dollar in all of these programs, whether it's Medicaid, whether it's housing, whatever it happens to be, is a dollar that could have been going to an American citizen, right? As per whatever program is set up. So of course, one of the common themes from the left is that, oh, the illegal immigrants are actually a positive benefit for our society. And we've actually gone through the numbers in the past, and I'll say it again, they are not. It's a net drain. Jobs are being taken away, resources are being taken away, and of course, you have budgets being blown just for the sake of helping out illegal immigrants. And it's the same story across the entire nation. And by the way, I voted for all of these mass deportations. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and say hi to your mom for me. Do you like t-shirts? Of course you do. And now you can support the channel by buying an Angry Teacher t-shirt designed by me, Angry Teacher. So if you like America, if you like freedom, if you like liberty, then go ahead and click the link in the description where all designs, of course, are 100% mother approved. So enjoy yourself and find something you like today.